Dear child of heaven, I am your Father and the Creator of everything, every single being. And I am reaching you through this message this time just to let you know that 3 angels are trying to get your attention since very long. And now only a few minutes are left for the thing to happen they were trying to tell you before. Child, you have no idea that there is a divine shift happening in heaven and that is going to affect millions of people on earth. I want you to listen closely, for this is not a moment to take lightly. I am speaking to you now because the time for delay has passed. You have felt my whispers before in your quiet moments. In the sudden thoughts that seem to come from nowhere, in the subtle nudges toward things you did not fully understand. Those were my angels faithfully carrying my message to you, patiently waiting for you to notice, to pause, to listen. But now the moment we have been moving toward is upon you. The shift is already in motion and nothing on earth can stop it. The heavens themselves are moving into a new alignment. My spirit is pouring out in a way that has not happened in your lifetime. And the ripples will touch every soul. Many will not see it with their eyes, but they will feel it deep within, in the stirring of their hearts, in the breaking of old chains, in the sudden awareness that something unseen yet real is pressing into the world. Child, I know you have questions. I know you sometimes wonder if you truly hear me or if it is only your own thoughts. But I tell you now, you are hearing me. You are hearing me in this very moment. My voice is not always thunder. Often it is the quiet persistence that will not let you go. And this is why I've come so close to you right now. Because I am calling you into a place you have not been before. The angels who have been sent to you carry 3 gifts. These are not gifts wrapped in paper and ribbon, but living gifts, eternal gifts, the kind that will transform you from the inside out. The first is clarity, the kind that sweeps away confusion like morning sunlight burning through fog. The second is strength, the kind that is not dependent on your own abilities but flows from my endless power. The third is peace. Not the fragile peace that the world gives, but the deep, unshakable peace that holds you steady even when everything around you changes. They have been trying to hand these gifts to you for a long time. But your hands have been too full, full of worry, full of distractions, full of the noise of this world. But now I am asking you, open your hands, let go of what is not for me, and take what I am giving you because what is about to unfold will require you to walk in clarity, strength, and peace like never before. Do not be afraid of the word shift. Do not be afraid of what is changing. I know that change unsettles you because it feels like the ground beneath you is moving. But my child, I am the ground beneath you. Even when everything else moves, I do not. My love for you does not. My purpose for you does not. What is shifting is not your foundation. It is the world around you making room for what I am about to do. You will see people awaken suddenly to truths they never considered before. You will see long-held lies crumble in an instant. You will see doors open for you that no human hand could have opened. And you will know it was me. But you must be ready to walk through those doors without hesitation. This is why I have been preparing you even when you did not realize that is what was happening. The angels have walked beside you in unseen ways. Guarding you when you were in danger, speaking to you in moments you thought were only your own conscience, arranging meetings and moments that seemed like coincidence but were carefully designed by my hand. They are not here to frighten you. They are here to strengthen you. They know what is coming and they are eager to see you take your place in it. There is something I have placed in you that the world needs in this hour. It may seem small to you, like a spark that could be easily overlooked. But in my hands, it is a fire that will bring warmth and light where there has been only cold and darkness. You have wondered why certain dreams and ideas keep returning to you. Why you cannot seem to let them go. That is because they are not just your dreams. They are seeds I planted. And now is the season for those seeds to break open and grow. But growth requires trust. You will need to trust me beyond what feels comfortable. You will need to trust that I am good. Even when the path ahead is unclear, you will need to trust that when I ask you to step forward, I have already gone ahead of you to prepare the way. I am not sending you into the unknown alone. I am walking there with you. Do not think for a moment that you are too small, too broken, or too late for what I am about to do. The world measures worth in ways I do not. I look at the heart and I see in your heart a willingness to follow me, even if it is mixed with fear. That willingness is enough for me to work with. I can take your small yes and turn it into something that will ripple across nations. There will be moments in the days ahead when you will be tempted to doubt this word. Circumstances will try to tell you that nothing is happening, that everything is the same. But child, remember, seeds do their most important work hidden beneath the soil. Just because you cannot see it yet does not mean it is not growing. Do not dig up and doubt what you planted in faith. I will give you signs to remind you that I am with you. They may not look like you expect. They may come in the form of a conversation, a sudden burst of understanding, a verse that seems to speak directly to your situation, or a moment when you feel my presence so strongly you cannot hold back your tears. These signs are my way of saying, I have not left you. I am still guiding you. The shift in heaven is not a random event. It is the unfolding of my plan. A plan that began long before you were born. A plan that will continue long after this moment. But right now, you are in a pivotal part of that plan. You are living in a time when the lines between the seen and the unseen are thinning. When heaven's purposes are pressing closer to the earth and you, my beloved, are a bridge for that. You have felt the tension, the sense that you are caught between two worlds. That is because you are. You are seated with me in heavenly places. Even as you walk the earth, you are called to carry the atmosphere of heaven into every place you step. You may think your daily life is ordinary, but when my spirit is in you, nothing you do is ordinary. Every word you speak in love, every act of kindness, every choice to forgive, every moment you refuse to give into fear, it all releases heaven's fragrance into the earth. And this is what the enemy fears. He fears that you will wake up to who you truly are. He fears that you will realize the authority you carry as my child. He has tried to keep you distracted, discouraged, and doubting because he knows that once you stand fully in the truth of who I made you to be, you will be unstoppable. But the time for his lies to hold you back is over. I am breaking them now. Every word spoken over you that did not come from me, every label that tried to define you, every shadow that tried to hide your light, I am sweeping them away. You are mine. You are chosen. You are loved with a love that will never fail. I want to tell you about these past shifts because when you understand what I have done before, you will understand more clearly what I am doing now. You will see that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. That my hand has never been absent. And that every movement of heaven toward the earth has always carried both a challenge and a blessing. One of the first great shifts came when I spoke the world into being. The void was formless, silent, empty, and then my word went forth. Let there be light. That moment was not only the creation of light. It was the birth of order out of chaos. The heavens and the earth took shape. Life began. And everything that exists was set in motion. That shift affected every being that would ever live. For it marked the beginning of time itself. In that moment, I set in place rhythms, day and night, seasons, growth, and rest. Humanity would later learn to read these rhythms, to plant and harvest, to work, and to pause. Even now, every heartbeat, every sunrise, every tide is a reminder of that first shift. Another great shift came when I chose a man named Noah. The earth had become filled with corruption and violence, and humanity had turned so far from me that the world was drowning in its own darkness. I called Noah to build an ark, an act that seemed foolish to everyone around him. But Noah trusted me, even though he had never seen what was coming. When the floodwaters rose, they washed away the old order, and a new beginning emerged. That shift brought both loss and renewal. It was a cleansing, a resetting of the human story. From that day forward, the rainbow became a sign, not only of my promise never to flood the earth again, but of my mercy and faithfulness. Many could not see it at the time, but through that shift, I preserved the future. Then there was the shift when I called Abraham. I took one man old in years and without children and told him that he would be the father of many nations. This seemed impossible. Yet Abraham believed me. His faith opened a door for me to bring forth a people set apart through whom I would bless the entire world. That shift affected not just Abraham's descendants, but every person who would one day be invited into the covenant of faith. From Abraham came a lineage that would carry my promise through generations until the one who would fulfill it all would be born. There was another shift when I brought my people out of Egypt. They had been slaves for hundreds of years, their spirits crushed under the weight of oppression. But I raised up Moses, a man who did not see himself as strong or capable. And I used him to confront the most powerful ruler of the time. The plagues, the parting of the Red Sea, the manna in the wilderness. These were not just miracles. They were signs that I was overturning the systems of the world to set my people free. That shift changed the way nations saw me. It taught my people to trust me for daily bread, to follow the pillar of cloud and fire, to live not by the chains of the past, but by the hope of the future I was leading them into. When I gave the law at Mount Sinai, that too was a shift. I was teaching my people how to live in a way that reflected my holiness, how to treat one another, how to walk in justice and mercy. These instructions were not meant to burden them but to protect them, to create a community that would shine like a light among the nations. That shift shaped the moral foundation of societies for thousands of years to come. Then came the greatest shift of all. The moment when heaven touched earth in the person of my Son. Jesus was the embodiment of my heart, walking among you, healing the broken, restoring the outcast, speaking truth with authority, and revealing the depth of my love. His death and resurrection changed everything. It broke the power of sin and death, opened the way for all people to come to me, and poured out my Spirit on those who believe. That shift did not just affect one nation, it affected the entire creation. It was the moment when the barrier between heaven and earth was torn down, when my presence could dwell within you instead of being confined to a temple. Throughout history, there have been other shifts, moments when I poured out my Spirit in fresh ways, awakening hearts, igniting movements that spread across nations. There were times of great revival, when entire communities turned back to me, when justice began to roll like a river, when the oppressed found hope and the lost were found. These shifts often began quietly in small gatherings of prayer, in the hidden faithfulness of a few, and then grew until they transformed cities and nations. There were also shifts that came through shaking, wars, exiles, upheavals that seemed like destruction but were in truth breaking apart what could not stand so that something stronger could be built. Even in those times I was working. I have always been working, for my desire has never been to harm but to heal, to bring my creation back into alignment with my heart. Every shift has had this in common. It has called my people to see beyond what is visible, to trust that my purposes are unfolding even when they could not yet see the outcome. Those who embraced the shift found themselves part of something far greater than their own lives. Those who resisted often found themselves clinging to what was passing away. Now my child, you live in such a time again. The shift that is happening now is different in its form, but not in its nature. Just as I once parted seas, raised the dead, and moved empires, I am now moving in the hearts of millions at once. I am dismantling lies that have stood for generations. I am raising up voices that will speak truth with boldness. I am bringing together people who once thought they had nothing in common, uniting them under the banner of my love. You will see patterns from the past reappearing in new ways. Just as in Noah's day, there will be a separation between what can endure and what cannot. Just as in Abraham's day, I am calling people to step out in faith without knowing exactly where they are going. Just as in Moses' day, I'm breaking chains and leading my people into freedom. And just as in the days of my Son on earth, you will see miracles, healings, and transformations that will leave no doubt that I am present. But remember, every shift also comes with testing. The Israelites had to walk through the wilderness before they reached the promised land. The early followers of Jesus faced persecution even as the gospel spread like wildfire. In the same way, you will see resistance to what I am doing now. The enemy will try to sow fear, division, and confusion. That is why I have sent these 3 angels to you to equip you with clarity, strength, and peace. Look back at the past shifts and you will see I have never abandoned my people in the midst of change. Now, this shift will not only affect you, it will affect those around you, even those who do not yet know me. You are a carrier of my presence. And as you walk in step with me, others will feel the atmosphere change when you enter a room. They may not understand why, but they will be drawn to the light in you. That light is me. Some will awaken suddenly, as if from a deep sleep, realizing that they have been living in shadows. Others will awaken slowly over days and months as my love chips away at the walls around their hearts. Do not despise the process. Each soul is precious to me, and I am patient. This shift will also expose what has been hidden. Just as the floodwaters revealed the foundations of the earth, just as the wilderness revealed what was in the hearts of the Israelites, so now truth will come to the surface. Some of it will be beautiful, and some of it will be hard to face. But do not be afraid of the light, for only in the light can healing come. You may feel the weight of this time, but remember, you were born for this moment. I chose the exact time and place of your birth because I knew what I would place within you and what the world would need from you. Now, you are not here by accident. Every experience, every trial, every moment of joy and sorrow has been shaping you for such a time as this. So lift your eyes, child. Do not look only at what is shaking. Look at what is being built. Do not focus only on what is ending. See what is beginning. Just as in the past, my shifts have always led to greater glory, greater freedom, and greater intimacy between me and my people. So it will be now. When you feel uncertain, remember the stories of the past. Remember how I have turned mourning into dancing, ashes into beauty, despair into praise. Remember that my arm is not too short to save. My ear is not too dull to hear. Remember that I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. And I hold all of history, past and future, in my hands. This is your moment to step into the flow of what I am doing. You do not need to have all the answers. You need only to say yes. The rest I will guide. The path may not always be smooth, but my presence will be your constant companion. And when you look back, you will see that every step, every turn, every delay was leading you deeper into my heart. The shift is here. It is moving through the earth even now. And just as in the days of old, it will leave nothing untouched. But you, my beloved, are safe in me. You will not be swept away by the waters or consumed by the fire. For I am your refuge and your strength. So walk forward, hand in mine, eyes on me. Let the angels minister to you. Let the Spirit fill you and let your life become part of the story of this shift. A story that will echo through eternity. Just as the shifts of the past still speak today. I am your Father. I am with you, and I am making all things new. Amen. Thanks for watching God's Helps. Subscribe for daily divine messages. Click on the bell icon. Don't miss out daily God's message.